Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we will be talking about the 3 characters for hidden inventory, and we'll be talking about who you guys should be summoning for. Who is the best character out of the 3? And right now everybody knows that Gojo is live on the global side of the game, and me personally, I think he's the best. He's better than Toji and Geto, but he's here, and then 10 days later you guys will get Geto, or within 10 days you guys will get Geto, and in 4 days after Geto you guys will get Toji, right? So within like 2 weeks, all the hidden inventory characters will be live. And if you guys want to wait, I know some of you guys are waiting for Toji, you guys are skipping Gojo for Toji, or some of you guys are skipping Gojo for Geto, but I wouldn't recommend that because Geto, to me personally, is the worst out of the 2. But Geto isn't bad, okay? Don't get me wrong. Geto is not a bad character. He's good for mono green teams. He's also good for debuffing enemies. So don't get me wrong. He's still a decent character, but compared to Team Gojo and Team Toji, he's not as good as them. All right, but yeah. So we'll look at their kit and see who is better. So you got Gojo here. Gojo is a attacker, right? That's his role. He just attacks. He does big damage. He also increases critical hit rate. He also does taijutsu and jutsu damage to enemies. This scale 2 is what makes him so good. Limitless curse technique. This is what makes him so good because he buffs himself, right? So he increases his own damage, increases his own critical hit rate. He also increases his own damage received, which is unfortunate, but also he increases juice damage, and then he has attack immunity to self, right? So this guy's crazy. Like, this skill 2 is really good, and then not only that, his ultimate is really good too, right? He does damage to all enemies, and he does 5 hits, right? So that's crazy. Like, this boy does big damage, right? He does big damage, but not only that, he increases his critical hit rate, and I think that's what makes him so good. His critical hit rate, doing critical hit damage, is going crazy. He just does big damage. That's just what Gojo is. And not only that, this Gojo never leaves the field, right? He doesn't have a turn limit like the other 2 Gojos. I think personally this Gojo is better than the other 2 Gojos because of that. He doesn't leave the field. Right? He can stay forever until he dies. But yeah, and then not only that, you know, he's just really good. But skill 2, I think just this buff alone is what makes him so powerful. Makes him better than Geto and Toji. But let's look at Geto now. Geto is a debuffer, so he debuffs enemies, and he does curse and taijutsu damage, which is nice. He also increases his critical hit rate if you look here, but it's his skill 2. So his skill 2 is a little weird, right? So he has 2 skill 2s, but technically this is skill 3. So he has skill 2, which is curse spirit manipulation 1, and he has skill 2, curse spirit manipulation 2. So the first skill 2, he increases selected enemies jutsu damage received. So that one enemy will get hurt more with jutsu damage. But if you use his skill 3, which is the second skill 2, is taijutsu. So it's flipped. And not only that, if the enemy is weak to green type attacks, it would do more percentage. So it'll be 19% instead of 18%, right? Or technically this is 20%, right? But yeah, and then not only that, his ultimate is really good. But he only does damage to one enemy, but he increases his own break damage. He also increases maximum curse energy by 40%, and it covers his own curse energy. And that's what you want. You want him to constantly have curse energy, right? Because you constantly want to do skill 2s or skill 3 to a selected enemy. But the reason why I say he's not as good as Toji and Gojo is because you can't just auto battle with him. You actually need to play him manually, right? Because you need to select the enemy that you want to select, and then you need to either use skill 2 or skill 3, right? Depending on what is that enemy, right? Is that enemy weak against jutsu damage, or is that enemy weak to taijutsu damage? Not only that, that if that enemy is weak to green type attacks, he would the damage received percentage will go much higher, which is kind of situational depending on the enemies that you fight against. But this guy is really good on your mono green team. Like, he's good for mono green. I see a lot of people just putting him on mono greens. They don't really use Ghetto, which is unfortunate. But yeah, he's good for mono green teams, and that's basically it. I mean, he could be used as a good, supporter role, but he's not really a supporter. He's more a debuffer, which is why he's not that good compared to other supporters like Momo and the Domain Megami, right? But overall, he's still pretty good though for mono green. All right, so this is the last character right here, Toji. Toji is just a taijutsu attacker. He has no jutsu curse technique stats, which is unfortunate. But that is how he is, right? He's not built. He was not built for curse technique. He was only built for physical techniques, and this is what makes him so powerful. But the reason why Toji isn't as good as Gojo to me is because there are like tower, or there are events where the enemies are resistant to taijutsu damage, and that's where Toji would not be good, right? Toji would not be good for those type of events, especially against those enemies, which is why he's only limited to like taijutsu focus enemies or taijutsu focus events. So he's also unable to recover or consume cursed energy, which is nice. That's crazy. You could just use his skill 3, skill 2, skill 1 with no using curse energy, which is nice. If you look here, he decreases enemies critical hit resistance with his first skill, which is nice. And then his skill 2, which is slaughter slash. Yeah, this is skill 2. So skill 2 here, the skill notifies any reduced damage receive effects, but it does big melee damage if you look here. And then his skill 3 increases on break damage by 200%, deals 195% melee damage to one selected enemy, and it also removes attack notification and one removable buff from the selected enemy. All right, his ultimate removes attack notification and one removable buff from all enemies. He also does 1500 range damage to all enemies. All right, that's cool. That his ultimate does damage to all enemies. That's good. But this guy seems to me like Toji at the end of the day really is just a nuker. He's just a guy that just goes in and just do big damage like Gojo. But the unfortunate part about him is that he don't buff. He can't really buff his damage like Gojo. I mean, look at here. He at the start of the battle, he increases his own taijutsu damage by 50%, which is nice. He recovers his HP by 3.5% every turn, which is cool. Reduces damage to by 15%. Evades single target attacks by 20%. Grants guarantee hit immunity to self. Cannot be targeted by some skills / statuses. When critical hit is performed, grants guarantee hit status to self, chance 50%. I think I'm getting my edge back now. When critical hit is performed, increase on taijutsu damage by 50%. While the previous effect is activated, when critical hit is performed, increase on taijutsu damage by 25%. Alright, so his auto skill is pretty good. He has a pretty good auto skill. What about Ghetto? What is Ghetto auto skill? Recovers cursed energy when defeating enemies. And then what is Gojo's auto skill? Just grant immunity, increase own damage. Right, so like this guy, like Gojo is just crazy, right? This auto skill is really good. Increase own damage, receive, and then also increase own damage, special by 5%, right? But Toji, it seems to me Toji is gifted here with the auto skill. Like his auto skill is going crazy. But what makes Toji better than Ghetto, I would say, is because like this guy doesn't use curse energy at all. So you can use his skill 1, 2, or 3 with not worrying about curse energy. And not only that, what is going on here? Why did the thing just freeze on me? But I kind of just want to talk about this. Well, we're kind of almost done with the video anyway, so I guess this doesn't really matter. But yeah, and yeah, this guy is crazy. Toji's good. Toji's good. Don't get me wrong, Toji's good, but I think Gojo's is much better because Gojo can actually buff himself. Unlike Toji. Toji can't buff himself, but his auto skill kind of like buffs him for him, which is kind of crazy at the start of the battle. But I think personally Geto is just unfortunate, just not as good as the other two. But Gojo, I to me personally, Gojo's better. Gojo is better than Toji and Geto, but I think all of them are good on their mono type team. Like, if you were to create a mono type team, you will put Gojo on your yellow team, Geto on your green team, and Toji on your red team, right? Because they're just that good. But I think if you're using them on just casual plays, Gojo is the person you guys want to go for it. None of the other two are as good. Well, that's it for the video, guys. I just wanted to talk about who you guys should be 74. I think personally, Gojo, summon for Gojo, and then Toji, and then Geto. Don't summon. Geto is a easy skip, but guys, don't worry too. These guys are not limited, right? Hidden inventory characters are not limited. They are standard, so eventually they will be put into the standard pool. So you guys don't need to spend all your currency right now on Global, and I recommend people not to really spend too much, and the reason why is because pity transfer has not been introduced yet, which is unfortunate. I feel like personally they should have just done it. It will make everyone happy, but apparently they said no. They said you gotta wait. So you got Team Gojo, got Toji, you got Geto, but yeah, Gojo, and then Toji, and then Geto. Okay, guys. And Geto is an easy skip. Toji and Gojo maybe, right? Because I want to tell you guys right now, Gojo and Toji, or Hidden Inventory, has not had a rerun. So we haven't had their banner since they initially released on May 21st of 2024, right? So we still haven't had their banner. It's almost been a year or two. So they've been going for a very long time, and they haven't updated the standard banner for the JP side. But I'm assuming that the reason why they haven't come to the JP side or had a rerun is because of that. They will be added to the standard banner for the JP side of the game. But you guys on the global side still haven't gotten your standard banner updated. So I think that you guys will probably get that within like the next 3 months. You guys, or next month or so, you guys will probably get like a standard banner update. But when you guys do get it, you guys will not have Gojo or Toji or Geto on that standard banner update. But for us JP players, we will, right? We will get Geto, Team Gojo, and Toji on the standard banner on the next standard banner update for the JP side of the game. Well, I just want to talk about that, and that's it. All right, so if you guys did like this video, make sure to like the video, comment in the comment section below, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, follow me on Discord, follow me on Twitter, and follow me on Patreon, and I'll see you guys in the next video.